Okay, so this is the first time I've ever done videos back to back, day after day, 2 days in a row. Because that's not a good idea because it's going to probably kill the previous video. That's what tends to happen. But I've got to clarify something and correct something, and it won't take long. But it's just funny to me that yesterday, while that video was uploading to YouTube, I go over to my sister's to help her with something, some errands she had. And I just kind of casually mentioned to her, I hope people don't think I'm predicting the rapture on November 11th of this year. And she said, no, I think you've made that quite clear what you're talking about. And I was like, wow, good. Because she's my sounding board. Because she's always been the dumbest person in the audience. Okay. And, she still can't find the description box. She thinks it's somewhere around her house. She goes, is this it? No, it's a shoebox. I just forget that. But so I would run things by her knowing that if she got them, that meant everybody else will get them. All humans should then understand what I'm saying, and a large portion of the animal kingdom. Okay. But when the rodeo came to town, what I didn't realize, she's now in the upper 1/3 in the IQ ranking. Now she's at the very bottom of the top third, but she's now smarter than 2/3 of the audience, and I can no longer use her as a sounding board because last night I just kind of went, and I'm always now with the rodeo in town, I don't go to the comment section and stay there as long as I used to. I went there and I saw that people are saying that, some people are saying that I'm predicting the rapture on November 11th of this year. Now, in yesterday's video, here's what I said about 11/11/22. A number of people have made their way to November 11th, 2022, and they see it as a special day. Some see it as an eventful day. I'm not sure about that. I see it as a possible beginning of the final countdown to the flood. But it could be an eventful day. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if there's going to be a significant, palpable, tangible event on November 11th of this year. I believe it could simply be the beginning of a time frame that he is showing us from November 11th of this year to November 11th of next year, a window in which he is going to begin the flood of Revelation, of course, the testing that is about to come upon the whole world. In that case, in that scenario, we would be in a rapture watch that entire year, but I don't have a specific date. If I'm wrong and there is something that happens on November 11th, let's say it is the beginning of the hour of testing, then I would expect the rapture to happen before November 11th. Either way, I'm not looking at November 11th as a rapture date. Now, all kind of kidding aside here, because this is serious, I have to take some responsibility, a large portion of the responsibility, because I was talking about two things in that video. One, he is coming soon. That's clear. That's obvious. And yes, that means he is coming upon the church to keep the Church of Philadelphia from the hour of testing, what most people, pre-trib people, would call the rapture. And I'm fine with that term. So I'm talking about he is coming soon, but then I turn to talk about a date that he is pointing us to, November 11th of 2022, that he is associating with the flood. Two different but somewhat related events. I am not conflating the rapture with November 11th. They're two separate events, and I should have made that clearer. So the confusion is understandable, and I apologize, but I don't want any of you going out and saying, hey, there's some guy on some channel called the 1111 something or other who says the rapture is going to happen on November 11th. I am not. That would be bearing false witness. That would be like, let's use the name Bob. Bob goes to his friend Steve and says, hey, we're going to throw a barbecue Friday. How about you and your wife come? And Steve says, no, I've got something special planned for my wife. Oh, okay, some other time. Bob goes home. Bob's wife said, why are you down, Bob? Well, Steve's going to kill his wife. He's going to kill his wife? Are you sure that's what he said? Are you sure he didn't say something like he's got something special planned for her? Nope, he said he's going to kill her. That Bob is as wrong as some of you are if you go out and say that I am predicting the rapture. I am saying the rapture could happen today. I'm owning that. It's coming soon, but I'm not pointing to November 11th. I'm pointing to November 11th for a different reason. I hope that's clear. Oh, that's Bob on the pastor's email site once again. What is it, Bob? So Stan, based on what you're saying, I'm going to sell all of my earthly possessions on November 10th and rent out the ballroom at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City for a rapture party. Everyone is welcome. Oh, my aching back. See what I'm saying? Bob, you're my new sounding board. Yeah, that's terrific.